Hi y'all, it's Pam at Pink Dragonfly Wings here with Magic Monday week number 17. This week we are going to make some more paper clips. I've kind of gotten obsessed with this paper clip thing, so we're going to make little cluster paper clips and we're going to do them a little different, but those are the four. Whoops, he's upside down, and we're going to do them a little different than we did the last set. So these are our four. We're going to try. They won't be exactly the same, but they'll be close. So we're going to start with this one, which is this one right here. And I have some little things here. I told y'all I've been wanting to use that mustache. Here we go. I have had this ribbon, and it's only about this long. But I have had this piece of ribbon for at least 10 years. I remember when I got it. So we're using it up. I'm going to get rid of it. And somewhere in here I have a dauber. So let's get started. Now the first thing that we're going to do is get a paper clip. And we're going to just put the paper clip on here. Just like that. The back, I put the long piece on the back because it covers a little bit more when you get ready to put it in on a page or something. So that's how we're going to do it. But we're going to ink it up. Ink it up all the way around. We don't have to worry too much because we're going to cover it up, but I do like the edges inked up a little bit, so we'll ink these. Okay. And then we're going to put our paper clip on here. And we're going to arrange our things. Now, this is a little bit bigger piece of let's see, I think I cut this black stuff off before just because it's kind of gets in the way. I'm not doing it really neatly. I don't really care that it's all nice and neat. I just don't want that much black netting sticking out. Put that in our little nubbin bucket. And we're going to have a little thing over here. But this one's a little bigger than this one. And I did this one a little different. So what we're going to do is look through our hand-dyed paper, lacy pieces here and see if we can find a good piece that we can lay over that to kind of hide that paper clip. We don't need a very big piece. And we're just going to lay it right over that paper clip like that. Let's cut this off a little bit over here because I don't want it to interfere with our stamp. We'll cut this off here. And about yay much. Okay, so that'll cover that. And we'll put this little piece right here. This is a little, you can't probably tell, but this is a lavender doily. It's very, very pale. But I bought these little doilies, and I love doilies. Y'all know I love doilies. And we're going to put this on here. It doesn't have to be even. We just want it to look nice. So we're going to put it like that. We're going to put our glue under here. Now I'm using Fabric-Tac because it's a little thicker and it'll fill in around the paper clip pretty good. So we're going to put a lot of glue right there around that paper clip because we want it to hold on. A little glue here. Put this back over here. just going to have to do it piece at a time. That, make sure it covers up just a little at the top. Got a little piece of paper towel here, so I'm going to kind of ink that up just a little bit, or pull some of that glue off. Then we'll put a little more glue on the doily. And put him down. And then we'll put a little piece on this purple. Of course, I like shiny. I like purple. I like pink. So, I didn't have to have a reason to buy this. I just bought it because I liked it. We'll cover that up and use that to cover up our little paper clip a little bit better. Let's see. What is this? I don't really want that on there. But we do want our little stamp on there. Put some ink around the edges just so it'll kind of stand out just a little bit. And let's put her kind of at an angle like that. These are so simple to make. We'll put her right there. And then we had a little strip of beads here. And these are self-adhesive, but I always put a little bit of glue on the back of it, just to make sure. And it's nighttime here. We're under a winter advisory again. It's supposed to snow. So makes it a little hard for me to see here. And we're just going to put them up and down like that this time. And we have our first paper clip made. And then when we get ready, we can clip it on our paper just like that. And they're so simple and can be made out of anything. Okay, so we have one made. Where are we going to put him so he can be pretty? We'll put him right there. Have so many things on here, it's hard. All right, so we have him made. This will be, like I said, I made this one a little different because I put the paper clip on the inside and put a little tag on it. But for this one, I wanted to make it a little different. So, he's a little different, but they're similar. So, let's get this little green one here. We have some papers here. Now, this is just a little paper. I don't know. I think that may be almost too small. So, let's find another sheet of paper here. And we'll make it a little bigger. Just tear it. However you want to tear it. Now this one's pretty cool because it has the columned writing in it. And so it gives you your center. So you can see your center pretty well. Are we on video? We are. It's still sliding down. But okay, so we're going to take this one and we're going to get a little piece of our scrap out of our scrap pile here because I wanted it to go across the top and actually stick over a little bit. So let's see if we can find another piece of that in here. You know, when I was doing it, it seemed like there were those pieces everywhere I turned, and now that I want one, I don't seem to be able to find one. Now there's a pretty cool piece of music paper. Let's just use that. we'll tear off the edge just so that it's, you don't have any of those straight edges. This paper is pretty thin, so we're going to put a piece just like that. Okay, pop off our nub, and we're going to glue this all down, and we're going to stick it right across the top of that, just so it sticks up just a little bit so we don't see the book page. So we've got this done. We probably ought to glue this together. I didn't do that, just to make it a little stronger. Let's go for that. Put this together. Now, if you wanted to have part of the paper clip hidden, you could certainly make a little slit right there and slide your paper clip down in there. But I wanted to make them like this time. So let me make sure we're still on camera. Okay, and then we'll ink around the edges of this just a little bit with our ink. And then we have a green doily that we're going to put right down here. And I cut off a little piece of this flower here, but I don't see another one, and I wanted this one to be in green. So let's see what we can find. We had a little piece of that green left over, but I probably knocked it in the floor or something, so we'll just cut off another little piece, because we've got to get our paper clip. Small piece on the front, right, fits right down in that paper. We're going to cover this up. Should have put that on before I put the music paper on. Oh well, that means we can just find another little piece of paper to put over it. Not a mistake, just an opportunity to do something different. That might work, because all we're wanting to do is cover up our paper clip so that it doesn't show. So we're going to put this on right there. So this one will just be a little piece of paper thicker than the other, but that's okay. We can handle that. Put this right across here. Get our green sheet. Put that on here. Our doily. And we still need some kind of flower. We could, let's see what we have. There's that little piece I saved, but I've already used something else now. How about this little flower? It's a little different, but we can cut it out and use this one. It will work just fine. And these are some of the laces. If you watched my video on hand dyeing laces, that was a hoot. That'll work just perfect. And then we need a dragonfly. And I have my little dragonfly book here. And this little dragonfly picks up those colors really well. So I think we'll just use him again. Too much stuff. And you know, I clean this table off so I can have plenty of room. Next time I turn around, all that stuff is back. I don't know how it comes back. I think I have little fairies that come and mess up my table while I'm sleeping. That's my answer. Okay, put that on there, and then we'll put some glue on the back of the green dolly. And then we'll come over and put some on top of it, just so our flower will stick. And we have our little flower. Now on this one, we put a button on here because there was a little depression in that flower and it looked like it needed a center. This one doesn't really need that, so I'm not going to put a button on this one. We're just going to cut out our little dragonfly stamp. We're just going to kind of wiggle it and cut it. Cut this brown edge off. I'm not real sure. I bought these online, but now I can't remember where I got them. Probably from Pam at the Paper Outpost. And so we'll ink up our edge. Now we're going to cover under here green, just so that we've already got a lot of dark in there, a lot of brown, but we want it to all blend together so that we have some continuity type look to it. Okay, we'll put a little bit of glue on our dragonfly, and we'll stick him right in there. And that little white is just a little dark, a little stark for me, so I'm gonna ink it up and dirty it up a little bit. Okay, so we have our second paper clip. Slides right down on your paper. Okay, so there we go. We've got 2 done. See how fast they go? We'll put this one over here with him. We'll do this little yellow one here. And he's kind of cute. I didn't have 2 bears, so I have to do this one with a raccoon. But he's cute too. So we're going to ink him up. Glue our paper together. This is just a piece of coffee dyed paper. No fancy schmancy here. So we're going to just glue it together. And that's just to make it a little more stable, because some of the paper is kind of flimsy. And I wanted to use this instead of cardstock. So that's the main reason. We'll ink around here. Go ahead and ink the back, even though it doesn't matter. You want it to still look nice. So, and then we'll just kind of dirty that up a little bit. Alright, so on this one I had a really pretty piece of, here it is, yellow. I didn't quite intend for my paper to be that big, so we may need another little piece underneath it. So we'll put a little piece of this under here as well. So we don't need it to be quite that big. And we just kind of go on and chomp a little bit and cut it off. Make it a little smaller, but that's going to fit in there very nicely. Okay, let's put our paper clip on before I forget to do that. Again, we're going to put our big part of our paper clip on the back. And I apologize, my nose is running so much. Okay, and then we're going to put this one down first. We're going to cover up our paper clip really good. Put some glue on our extra paper so that it sticks to this lace. Wonder how that would look. I kind of like that. And then we'll come back in. And I like this. I don't know if you can see on the video, but this kind of has a shine to it. And I kind of like that. So we'll put that down on there. And enough glue is seeping through the bigger parts of the lace that we're good. So we can put our little raccoon here. And what else do we need? I kind of like this kind of orangey color here. That looks kind of cool. So I may just lay that right there as well. Put him, just because it's kind of cool. And then I have some yellow. This is the frayed cotton ribbon that I use. You see me use it quite a bit on here. We're just going to tie a little bow. Now, this is pretty thick, so it makes a pretty chunky bow. But I like the bow that it makes, and it really looks kind of vintagey because it's all raveled and you have the little strings hanging, and I kind of like that. So, but if you don't like the chunky in your journal, you can certainly use something else. Oh, I like that. So that's kind of cool. And we may not put the button on this one either. I put the button just because that was a little bare spot there, and it needed something. So, but we may not need anything for this little guy. And he looks so happy sitting there in his little domain. Put a little bit of glue on the back of this one. Lift that up a little bit. Slide that right over there. Now, if we wanted to, we could put a little button down here. Let's see if I have. Let me see if I have a button. I don't know if I have one or not. I have a button. So let's here's one very similar to the one that we used before. And we could put that on there and that would work. That would look just fine. Wonder how maybe a little orange one might work better, since we've got a little orange and yellow going on there. Orange is not my color. I don't like orange. So I don't do orange very often. That's kind of a cool button. Put us a little twirly gig in that. I think I like that. Even though I don't like orange. So we need to use up a button. Now let's get a little piece of this. And I, just because of the holes in the button, we're going to put this here because I want the strings to come out under it, under the button. Under the button. We'll leave our strings. Leave us a little length there. Cut this off. Put our glue on the back of the button. The purpose of that string there was just to cover up the holes, because buttons are supposed to be sewn on. And then we just took these little strings here and just, let's use our lighter glue and just kind of glue them down so they stay, and make some little curlicue type designs here. And just stick it in. And we'll do this one over here. And we'll make him come down here. Just to add a little extra texture. Got so much glue on my hands. Okay, now that will dry clear, so it's a big glob of brown glue that came off. It's stuck to the string now, so we'll just have to cut it off. Came off of my finger. There we go. There we go. And our third one is done. Isn't that cute? I like that. I like the orange and the yellow blending together. So, all right, so we have that one. We finished this one up. We have one more. And this one is, I have a project that I'm going to do for our Wondrous Wednesday this week. And I was practicing on some paper, trying to get the stitches and the what do you call it when it's on the back and it's the way it's supposed to be. Anyway, the tension. I'm trying to get the tension done so that it would look good. And so this was my practice sheet. So I thought, well, I'll just tear it up and make us a little piece here. So this is a pink one. And I'm going to make, let's see, I don't know what I did with that little piece of pink lace that I had in here for this project. Let me see, I probably put it back in the bucket. There it is, back in the bucket. Okay, so I'll put that right back there. I have another piece of pink lace here that might work pretty good too. It's just kind of flat lace. Except I think I'm going to cut this off. And I'm going to cut this off at the bottom where these little flowers are, so it's not quite so straight, not quite so regimented. And put that down there so it looks a little nicer. We could take another piece of this and put across the top. I like that idea too, so let's put this on the top. Okay. So we'll put some glue across here. We want to hold all this down, and we're going to put our paper clip on there. Yes, we are. We almost forgot our paper clip. Then we would get to the end and we wouldn't be able to stick it on anything. Put a little glue around our paper clip so when it dries it'll stick. And we're going to put this one up here at the top because we don't really care about the bottom of this, but we do care about the bottom of this one. So why don't we raise this up? Put this one on. pull this one down so we have 2 rows of the little lacy flowers. And then we're going to put this was a freebie thing that I got in an order. And the pieces, 2 little pieces, were pretty small, but they're perfect for what we need to do right here. So, put that right across there. And run that. I don't usually use the gathered lace very often for any reason other than it tends to not lay flat. And so, but for this, that's fine. Let's cut this off a little bit. Cut this side off a little bit. So that can go in our nubbin bucket. We have that. Now, this one, I had this little doily, and because this one's a little bigger, and so let's see about maybe putting this little doily right here, and then we can, because I think I used my only little pinky part. Let's see what we have. That one's definitely yellow and orange. Now there's that flower I was looking for a while ago. Why don't we use this one? We'll just cut this one out of here. I have some of this lace, and I have some of these appliques for sale in my store if you're interested. I do have lace by the yard that I buy, but then I cut it, and I cut these little appliques and things out of it because I think they're pretty for no other reason. So we'll put in, whoops, missed one back there. And I just snip these off. I don't try to be real careful with them. I don't care if they're still a little bit sticking out or anything like that. Now that gives a little distinction, a little better distinction to our flower, and I like that. So we're going to put this pink one down. And I'm going to use this one in our project that we're going to do on Wednesday. So I'm going to use this pink one for the little folder thing, or little pocket thing that I'm going to make. And so check back with us on Wednesday and see what we do with this. Now this one is going to have a button. Because see, this little center in here it just kind of looks naked to me. So let's see if we can find a pretty pink button that's not real thick. Oh, I like that button. And not very often do you come up and find the button on the first try. Let's see. We don't want to use our brown baker's twine, but we have some pink, and I think that will work just fine. Get some of this glue off of my fingers. I glue like I paint, and when I get done, I have it everywhere. Okay, we want this one to be on the top, so we're going to start here. Stick that through there. stick that through there. Cut this little end off because I did kind of lick it. That's not cool, but that's the old sewer in me. So let's cut this off. We'll tie a little knot in here, more or less in the middle. Tie it twice so that it stays. Tie this little bow. Hope you can see that. Get our little strings, our little legs down so that they're hanging out a little bit. And we have a cattywampus bow, but that's okay. Cattywampus works good with me. Okay, we'll put a little glue on the back of it and stick it right there. Now, like I said, this is going to add just a little bit of thickness, but the thickness doesn't, it doesn't bother me. But I think on this one, we're going to put a little word across here, since we haven't used a word and we had to use our only little doily. So let's see if we can find a cool word. I like this one right here. Don't forget to smile. And it's long, so we can put that back over there. And we'll ink this up. Sure we will. There we go. And we'll put it right across there like that. And since this side is kind of heavy, I think we'll cut us some little pearls and just stick them up at the top. So we've got, let's do 5. See if I can get this little piece off of here. There we go. Put extra little bit of glue just in case. And then we'll put this right up here at the top. Just to kind of add just a little direction. Eye direction there for that top. Okay. And then let's get just a single little pearl. And put it down here. On our tack. The adhesive on the pearl, the glue on my fingers, and everything just sticks to everything. Okay, there we go. And so we have our 4th little tag done. So we'll put him over here. These are the 4 that we've made today. And we made those just in a very short amount of time. And then these will be the 4. These are our prototypes. So these will be the ones that will be in our drawing at the end of the month. So I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Please check out my other videos. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Check out my online store, www.pinkdragonflywings.com. See what we have on there. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.